Well, hi there, viewers. This is Honest Jim. I'm here today to talk about international banking and if you want to live in Thailand, what you'll have to deal with. Today's October 20th. It's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon on Sunday, and it's about 90 degrees here. We've had I won't call it climate change because there's too much hoo-hoo about that, but I will call it extreme weather because I've never seen it consistently so hot in Thailand in all my many, many years of coming here and living here. So anyway, to get to the point, international banking. I have Chase Bank out of America, and I live here in Thailand. And Chase is one of the great banks of the world. I've been a customer for 20 years, and I've never had any problems until I moved here to live here. I don't believe in credit cards anymore at my age, and maybe you shouldn't either. I use a debit card. If I don't have the money, I don't buy it. It's worked out really well for me. Uh, about a year ago, I got hacked by a Hungarian group out of Hungary. Hungarian group is out of Hungary, and they hacked my bank account. Uh, I contacted Chase. I use Skype to contact them from here, and they they actually I got to the fraud department, and they actually knew the name of the Hungarian group that had hacked me. So we made an arrangement. I would cancel my card. They'd send me a new card, and they would back out the charges, and life would go on. So in a reasonable amount of time, I got my card, had my same PIN number, had a different account number on the card, and life went forward with no big upsets. About 2 months ago, I got hacked again by some kind of fitness center out of California, and they charged my account $1. It was like an introductory fee, and you get a 30 days for the dollar, and you go through some kind of fitness. I never paid any attention to the site, so I can't give you the details, but it was the fitness center out of somewhere, Ventura or someplace in California. So I called Chase, woe is me, another problem, but it's only $1. And I called him up and we went through the scenario discussions with the fraud department. And they said to me, well, we'll have to cancel your card and send you a new card. Now for $1, I thought, well, I don't want to go through all of that because it takes a long time to get it here, and I got to re-up and I get a new number. I got to notify all my vendors about my new account number and all of that. It's too much hoo-hoo. So I declined and carried on, and I said, I'll keep an eye on it next month, and if they charge us any more, then we'll have to talk about it. So the next month, here it comes, $59.99 for the membership. I expected that. So I called, I talked to my 14-year-old son. I talked to my 14-year-old son. Well, we got a doggy incident here. This is what happens when you live in a subdivision. But anyway, I talked to my bank. So I talked to my bank about this new charge that came in next month, $59.99, and had to do something about that. So they suggested the only thing that they can do is, of course, cancel my card. So I said, okay, cancel it. And they said they'd send it UPS, and send it right away because I'm in Thailand. And I thought that would work out pretty good. So they also said they would take care of the dollar charge. So they did their investigation while I was waiting for my card to come. So this is the second time that I've been hacked and had to order a new card. First one was the Hungarian scenario about a year ago. I want you to keep this in mind, folks, because Thailand is a really, really target country for corruption from other places. You'd be surprised at how much international funky banking goes through this country, and moves on to other places. So be forewarned, okay, if you're going to come over here. I wouldn't keep a lot of money in your Bangkok bank. I keep a minimal amount here that I need. I keep most of my money in the USA. Okay? So anyway, I'm going to get a new card. All right, fine. So they send it UPS, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting. By the way, I don't have any credit cards. I only have my debit card. I don't believe in credit cards anymore at my age. I should have quit using them a long time ago. If I don't have the money, I don't pay the bill, and it works out fine with my one debit card. But in the meantime, I'm not able to use my bank account in the USA. I can't pay my Netflix bill. I can't pay my New York Times bill. I can't pay my bills off the internet. I can't charge anything off the internet. If I need to buy an airline ticket to Bangkok or something, I can't do it. And I can't get any money from the ATM because my card's been canceled. Also, my vendors, I have to wait to get the new card with the new number and everything for my vendors to give them all the new information, because right now I'm cut off, they're cut off, and they can't even automatically monthly bill my account to pay for things, which is a very big inconvenience for everybody. So I'm waiting and waiting, and then finally, I call Chase and I go, geez, it's been like 2.5 weeks. They always say it's going to be 5 to 7 days, and that's, of course, the United States. So I haven't had access to my bank account for quite a while, and I call up Chase and I go, where's my card? And they look and they check on the computer, and they say, it's in Nakhon Ratchasima at the UPS office. Now, Nakhon Ratchasima is about 2 hours from where I live, and that's just great. This is a Friday morning. I called Chase several times and they're closed. And the interesting thing about them is, I call them and they go, you have to put in your card number and your PIN number and all that stuff, and then punch the button, and then they tell you that they're closed. They don't tell you that they're closed when you first access their account. They tell you have to do all that machination. And then they say, we're closed. And they say, please call us during normal business hours. Now, are they in New York? Are they in Texas? Are they in Los Angeles? Are they in Timbuktu? They don't tell you where they are or when their normal business hours are. This is one of the great business in the world, and it just puzzles me. Jamie Dimon, who runs the bank, hasn't fixed this. This is ridiculous. So anyway, I'm supposed to call them during more normal business hours. So I go back and I call in a couple hours. I stay up, and finally at 9 o'clock at night they're open. Here in Thailand they're open. Turns out I think they're in Texas, but I'm still not sure. Sometimes I get a guy in India. The Indians work cheap, but they're very helpful. So I get Chase Bank on my Skype. I use Skype to call internationally like this, and I go through the scenario with the lady there, and she says, yes, we sent it UPS, and I said, well, she says, you want the tracking number? I go, I'd love the tracking number. She says, yeah, it's in Nakhon Ratchasima right now, and here's the tracking number. Okay, so it's nighttime here in Thailand, so I have to wait till the next day to call them about 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning. And they go, oh yeah, it's Friday now, as I recall. Oh yeah, we've got it. Here it is. We got it here. It's Friday. We got the weekend. We don't work on the weekend. Can we bring it out Monday? And can you bring it out Monday? I can't even get $1 out of my bank. And you want to wait 4 days to bring it out after I've already waited 20 days? So I kind of gave her a little bit of Farang language, and not too much, because you don't want to, when you're talking to the Thai people, you don't want to yell at them, because that don't work. You want to be nice, smile nicely, but tell them, hey, I need some help here. So they brought it out on Sunday. So I got my card. Now this is great, okay, finally. And later I got a letter where they agreed with me on the hack with the fitness center, and they backed out the charges and everything was fine. So I was right about that, reporting that, okay. So that's the second hack. I am not a big hitter. I have my Social Security check, and that's all I got. but I'm getting hacked. So I go um, to use my card, and it's declined. Declined, and well, must be a snafu. But basically, I was trying to pay my Netflix bill to get my movies. And they had been sending me, a reminder, over and over again that I'm overdue to pay, and please use my card. Please use, my old card number, which I always use to pay my bill. And they used to automatically charge it out of my account, it's about $11 a month, but they couldn't do it because the card had been canceled. So on they go. So finally they cancel my account. I wrote them a note and I said, here's my problem, blah, blah, blah. I can't get my card and I'm sorry, your account's been canceled. So they said, okay, well, they would wait, but it took so long to get my card in my hands. By the time I tried to use it, it was too late and they weren't going to accept a new card. And it was a total snafu, a mess, right? And I kept trying to make it work. It took a lot of time and it wouldn't work. So I called somebody there and they said, why don't you, no, this was before I got my new card. I was with no card and it had gone for weeks and weeks and weeks. And they said, why don't you go get a gift card and plug in a gift card right now and use your account on a gift card. And when you get your card, then we can use that. I said, oh, okay. The problem was, I'm in Buriram, Thailand, and there's not a Netflix gift cards hanging from every store. But I do remember that my son had a game card he wanted to get some months ago, and we went to this small. There's a big C here, which is a big store, and they have a bunch of little C's around, like 7-Elevens, small C's. And I remember there was a gift card chart hanging there with a bunch of cards, and I thought maybe they've got a card for Netflix. So we got in the car, my wife and I, we all drove up there to town, and got, oh my God, there was a gift card. There was one left, and we bought it, and it was 1,500 baht, which is about, I don't know, close to around $50 based on today's baht exchange, and it would last me for 3 or 4 months. I didn't want that much, but that's all that was available, so I bought it. I went back home, I went through the scenario with Netflix with my gift card, and the internet kept coming up, use your credit card, you're got an account, use your credit card. The old credit card had been canceled. It was a total waste of time, so I quit. I didn't have Netflix, I didn't have my new card, I got a gift card that I paid all this money for that I can't use. So finally, I'm not sure exactly what happened, but as I recall, I finally got the gift card to work somehow. I got my son involved. I brought in there was a friend in town that was in the soy here in the town here that was technologically aware, and we went around and finally got it. I had to put in a new code and a new password. And a new username. It was really, and the username wouldn't work, and the code wouldn't, nothing, on and on. So finally got it to work, and finally got the gift card to work. The only problem was, it would only work on my desktop computer in my room. We used to have it on my wife's TV, on my TV, on my son's iPad, and on my stepson, who's down in the Army, on his phone, so he can watch movies. There's nothing for him to do down there in his downtime. So very limited, very, very limited. I had one of those cables going from my computer to my TV in my bedroom, and that would work. So very disappointing, and not what I expected. So anyway, the new card finally came, and hallelujah, hallelujah, I got my new debit card, and now I can go to work, okay? Well, I tried to charge some vitamins on Lazada. Lazada's like Amazon in the USA. They got everything. I wanted to buy some vitamins. Declined. I thought, well, I'll wait a couple of days. And then I tried to buy the vitamins again, and declined. So now I'm out about 30, 33, 34 days without using my card. Okay? So I call up Chase. And are you sitting down? I hope if you're standing, please sit down when I tell you this. I call them at 9 o'clock at night, my time, because that's when they're open. And they check and they look. Oh, we canceled your card. Are you listening to me? They canceled my second card 9 days ago and didn't tell me. So I go to the lady, I'm upset now. And I kind of got upset and said, harsh words. You didn't tell me. You could have sent it 9 days ago. I can't do this. I can't. Everything's a total mess in my life right now financially. I haven't had access to my bank account for 40 days, 35, 40 days. I had to have my daughter wire me some money. That's how bad it was. And I wasn't happy about that, and she wasn't happy about that. So, would you like us to send you a new card, mister? Can we send you a new card? I just got a card. It only worked for 2 days. I said, yeah, okay, send me a new card. I'm in Thailand. Here's my address. They had everything on record. And I waited, and I waited, and I waited. This time I was waiting 30, 32, 33 days. I had to buy my medicine. I had to have my card. So I call up Chase Bank, and I go, where's my card? I thought it was I thought it was sent to UPS like last time, right? So before I called Chase, I called UPS to find out if the card was there.